Welcome back aliens. In this video I'm going to explain on how to create simple Google Forms with step-by-step explanation. Let's jump into the video. If you want to create a Google Form, you must go to the Google Form Creator page. So this can be done by navigating into Google product menu and selecting that form option. Or type Google Form from the google.com and just click the Google Form link in the result section. Or if you are at the Google Drive, just select new and then select Google Form. If you do any one of the explained ways, you will be at the Google Form Creator page. Once you are at the Google Forms Creator page, the important thing you must do is renaming the Google Form. Here by default it will be untitled form. You need to rename it. So currently I am going to take that employee survey. So I am renaming the form as a employee survey. And once you're done, you can see two tabs. The first one is a question and the another one is a response. In question tab, you will have the form description and that form name will be auto populated from the creator page. The form description. I have added the form descriptions. And once you're done, we can see that untitled question. So this is the question section. So here you need to provide that all the questions that you want to make the survey or you want to make any relevant answer for it. And this is the question section. Here you need to provide all the necessary questions by clicking the question tab. Once you click the question tab, you can have all the relevant details related to that questions. So here you can see the right side on drop down. If you click the drop down, you can see all the options, what type of question it is. That first will be short answer, paragraph, multi-choice, checkboxes, drop down, file upload, linear scale, like that. Nearly 11 types of questions are there. Here I am going to create two type of questions. The first one is I am going to select multiple choices, and if I click multiple choices, it will create the relevant radio options, and here untitled question will be there. Here you need to provide your question name. I am just adding that question as your age. Once you're done, here that option value you can provide 20 to 30. And clicking that add other option, it will create to 40. And if you don't want any option, you can remove it by clicking int. And you can see the recommendation add option or add or other. If you click add option, the new options will be added. So I'm just adding the third option is a greater than 40. So I'm just done with the answers list. So once you're done, here you can see that other details related to your question. This question is required or not, means the user should provide answer or it is an optional one. Here you can provide optional or it's a not or required one. So I am making this question as a required one, and I need to create one more question. So this can be done by clicking duplicate. This option is available. So if you click duplicate, automatically the section will be copied below. Here you can provide another question. Your gender. And this time I am selecting the option as checkboxes. Here you can see the relevant answer options are changed to checkbox option. Okay. So first I am just providing the answer list as a male, female, others. Okay. Once I done, and this time I am making this question as a option one. And once you're done, you just review the question list. Just added two questions, and the first one is radio button options, second one is checkboxes options. And once you're done, you can see the send button on the top of the page. and if you click the send button, it will ask you whether you want to send the list to how many users and what kind of users and what date and what type of subject it is, and do you want to send any message, like that. All the relevant details it will ask you. If you want to send that mail, you can provide the relevant mail address to that two options, or if you don't want to send this link as a mail, even you can copy the link by clicking that second tab. See, it will provide the link, the relevant link to you, and you can click copy, so the link will be copied. Okay, so again, you don't want to publish this survey because you just click the send button, means you are sending this link to someone else by mail and another iframe logic. Okay, here I'm not providing any save or any submit or any publish content. I just added my two options and clicking send. Okay, and by default this survey will be saved automatically. Okay, now I have the link with me. Okay, now I'm just navigating into another user. Okay, I have navigated into another user and provided the link. Once I submitted the link, here it is asking the survey about the employees, and I can see two questions. These questions I have added in the questions page, and here you can see that red symbol, so that is nothing but a required options, and this question cannot be skipped, whereas the second question can be skipped and the first question cannot be skipped. For example, I'm just clicking like a second option, clicking submit, and it is asking the required question because I have mentioned the first question is a required option. Okay, so this is the usage of the required symbol. Okay, I'm just selecting the 30 to 40 and gender is a male, and if I click submit, automatically the survey will be submitted, and even you can resubmit by clicking that submit another response. I'm just clicking another survey, and this time I'm selecting the 20 to 30 and selecting that gender as a female and clicking submit. So I have submitted 2 times. So this is from another user. It's not the same user that I have added the questions. This is another user. Okay, now I'm just navigating into that original user. Yeah, here if you check it, I have 2 responses. If you click the responses tab, you can see 2 responses, and in the responses tab you are having 3 options. One is a summary, and another one is a question, and another one is an individual. Summary means cumulative summary of the responses. It is not a specific person wise or specific user wise. It's about the cumulative responses, and it will provide the relevant chart based result. Okay, so this is a cumulative responses that I have provided 2 times from various service list. Okay, and second tab you can see question. So in this question you can have the result in question based. So here if you want to switch any other question, you can switch it, and you can see the result that I have selected from the another user. First time I have selected male, and second time I have selected female. So this option is used to check the result of this question. The third option is individual. Here you can see the result based on the user wise. And the first time you can see, the first time I just selected that 30 to 40 male, and if you want to select the second survey, you need to click the right arrow, the next response, and second time I selected 20 to 30 and gender is a female. So the responses, and here you should know that important thing, accepting responses option, and if you click the accepting responses, here you can see automatically the form will no longer accepting the responses. Means if you unselect the accepting the responses, the page will not accept no more forms in it. So let's check it out. I'm just navigating into that another user and clicking that submit another response. Let's check how it is behaving. Yeah, you can see the form employee is no longer accepting responses. The reason is I have deselected the accepting responses, means that form is expired. Okay, so this is how you need to handle the creating questions and accepting responses in Google form. Okay, hope it helps you. So in this video we have covered create a simple form with the 2 questions and how to send and receive the responses through Google form. Okay, and watch our next video where you will learn on how to handle the responses for dashboard purposes and what are the other important efficient ways to create Google forms. Okay, See you again with another interesting video.